So procrastination. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, procrastination it's totally different because I mean it's kind of it's like the cousin of what we just spoke about, because you're not doing it at all. That's the problem. You know, at least the one before were actually like doing it a little bit, but this one is like you're not doing it at all. So what are you doing? So
exactly.
So it's more of like it's more of like what the hell. So I mean, I don't really know where to start with that. It's,
that's okay.
I think it does come with that to awareness as well.
Okay. Huh. So okay. So let's talk. Let's kind of play with this a little bit. So it's almost, and help me with, because I don't know if I'm right about this, but it could sounds like it. It sounds like it could be you procrastinate on something, you procrastinate, then you finally get started, and then you lose focus.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear how that sounds?
Yeah.
So you see how we do really have some work to do, because if the getting started is delayed to begin with, and then once we get started, then we lose focus and start doing something else, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and I mentioned a list earlier. Do you think a list would help, though? And I don't know.
A list, yeah.
Calendar?
I mean, I've got. I am quite organized, if I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a diary, and I kind of write what needs to be done the night before, sorry. And I kind of, occasionally I'll prioritize which activities need to be done. I'm looking at it right now, actually, and then one of them was the gym in the morning before the session, and that didn't get done. So I'm already falling behind on my list.
Okay.
Yeah. You're number 2 though, so I'm doing that right now.
Oh, there we go. And I appreciate that. I really do. Okay. So, all right. So where do we go from here? That's the question. So where do we go from here? What would help with the procrastination? Like, I get it. I get that, it's a matter of it not being done. But what would help with that part of it? Like, just sticking to it.
Yeah.
What would help you stick to it?
I mean, there's something that really, because I think procrastination, it comes from the lack of motivation, right? So, I mean, something that I should do, but I don't, is I should like review my main goals, like my future goals. I've got them written down, and if I read them when I wake up, maybe it will get me, motivated straight away and kind of get me out in that mood. I don't know. That's an idea. I'm not too sure.
No, that's okay. And that's what this process is all about. Just trying to figure out what feels the best and what's doable, right? Because we don't want to ever set ourselves up to fail. So it's just, even if it's a baby step, it's okay. So when you're talking to me, it's not really about setting these goals that's not realistic. It's really about being realistic. So what would motivate you? That would be the question, because you said that at the end of the day, it's lack of motivation. So the question becomes now, what do you think will motivate you?
Yeah. Well, in terms of my business and my career, obviously it's my family. I've got my goals that I want to take care of my family. Like, that's my number 1 priority. I've got them written down, and every time I do read them, it does give me motivation, and it does give me that feeling inside. But then, when it comes to the gym, it's different. The gym is,
I'm
I'm not really doing that for my family. So.
No, and believe me, I do understand that part. So, but that's still something that we could talk about. And let me, I want to offer you one other thing, and you could tell me if it resonates or not. But what if you took the list and put it on the wall? That's what I do when things are important to me, and that's what I need to work on. Like I get sticky notes, or I even, I put it on the wall so I can see it.
Yeah. I it's not on my wall. It's in my diary.
Or somewhere, even if it's on your nightstand, or I just like it on the wall, so when I'm walking by it, I see it, or the bathroom mirror, so that way I can see it. I just put it where I can see it.
Yeah. So is that your immediate goals or your long-term goals, or just any goals?
Well, actually, it's the reminders, it's the motivation, it's that piece that you were speaking about. As far as so sometimes I do what needs to get done. I'll do that on the wall, or I'll put the reminders on the wall, right? The reasons why, because when you walk up, think for instance, if you wake up, and I've done this before too, but I'm just sharing. Like even on the ceiling, what if you got like a little small poster board and wrote family and taped it to the ceiling? So that's the first thing that you see when you wake up. You see what I mean? So that's the reminder part of it. So
I see.
Yeah, so it all depends on where you are with it. Or like on the back of your door. So if you sleep with your door closed, when you go to grab the doorknob, what's the first thing that you see? You see family, you see, and I like to use general words like increase or abundance. I like those words because it's less resistance in them, right? Because if you feel like, okay, I have to make $1,000 in a week, you see how that feels versus, abundance or, that kind of thing. So I like to use general words. But, yeah, think about that, though, and see how that, if that may work for you. Because, again, it works for me to just see it.
Okay. I'll try that. I'll just general words. General reminders.
Yeah. So let's kind of play with it a little bit now. So family, I know, would be one. What would be another one for you? What would be something else you think? And we could play with it together. So
what will motivate me? I mean, the pain of, my financial situation, like right now, is not the best, and it's kind of been like this for a while, maybe I don't know, since I ever remember. Every time I was growing up, and I didn't come from the best of families, but I always remember I was like, the low end of the, of the income bracket. I never used to have any money when I was a kid, and even growing up at university, didn't really have much money, or was mismanaging my money, or, but I was always sharing, even though I didn't have money, I was always sharing, I'm still carrying on now. So maybe just that motivation of, not being focused.
I'm gonna jump in just a little bit because I'm hearing you say financial independence. So you see how we have one specific, now this is a goal. It's not really like the family information, but financial independence is a goal. So you see how that kind of works too. And if you put them in the same area, it's really financial independence for yourself and your family.
Yeah, that's true. So what do you think? Do you think that's not a motivator?
No, I think it works though. Like I said, remember when you asked me, I said some things are the goal and some things are reminders. So both of them works. Yeah.
Yeah.
To remind you that financial independence is the goal, right? Financial independence. And think about it. You see it and you keep. And your cousin and I, we've talked about the law of attraction, and that's something, we could get to later. But has he shared that with you at all? Anything about that?
Yeah, he sent me like a video. Yeah.
So the thing is, and again, this is something that we can get into later, but the law of attraction pretty much says, you get what you're feeling about, right? You attract what you're focusing on, right? So if we're focusing on lack, that's what we're attracting more of. So see, what you said made sense. I was pretty much always on the bottom as far as, the financial scale goes, right? When I was growing up, I really didn't have it, even the university and even now. So you see how, as a coach, I will help you focus on something different to attract something different. So you see how it's the same, but it could only be the same because if that's how you're feeling. Does that make sense? I know it's a lot.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so I wouldn't expect for the story to be any different, right? But this is the point where we could change the story. We could change the focus, and then the story changes, right? Because this is how it's always been. Okay, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? So even though I'm giving, it's still the same situation. Well, yeah, because what are we focusing on? We're focusing on the same spot. So let's focus on something different so we can get something different. So, again, that's a whole other session, or something. I mean, I just want to offer it to you, but it does, that's where it comes from.
Sure.
So how are you feeling about this so far? Just to talk. How are you feeling about the talk?
Yeah. I think it's good. I mean, it's you're making me think. So it's sometimes you don't. I mean, so it's sometimes in your day you don't really think. Like you don't really think. You don't really take a moment and just step back and think. You're just kind of doing it and going goals and just going through the motions really.